Hoogley, and first of all, happy International Women's Week to everyone. It is wonderful to be here with you to celebrate International Women's Day, which is tomorrow, but we've been celebrating it all week, and I'm so thrilled to be here with you as well. Your Worship, Jim Watson, thank you very much for being here. Fire Chief DeHooge, I was listening to what the Mayor said. You've got police chiefs in the room, fire chiefs, bylaw officers, and being from the federal level, I should have brought the tax department as well. We'll have a much better time without them, I think. I understand that Councillor Hoogley does this every year, and I want to take a moment to tell you how incredibly important that is. Particularly that a man is here doing this, a man that's a leader in the community, because a lot of us women celebrate women's issues, we talk about them, we celebrate International Women's Week and Women's Day, but it is incredibly important for male leaders to do the same. So kudos to you. Thank you very much for your leadership. And that goes out to all of you, whether it's the fire chief or other men in the room. Thank you for being here to celebrate with us, because it takes all of us, men and women, girls and boys, to play a role in some of the most difficult issues that women face in our community, and together we can overcome them. I know that here in Canada you have all kinds of enthusiasm and energy for this celebration, so I want to thank you for that. And I know that from the presence in this room, you know that if we have strong women in our communities, that we will have a strong country and a strong Canada. And each year, this week truly provides us with the chance to celebrate women's achievements, past, present, and future. And if you think about it, it's incredible the contribution that women make in our communities. Whether they be a neighbor that helps you with childcare, or, and you know exactly who I'm talking about, whether it's the moms, or the wives, or the friends, the grandmothers, that volunteer in organizations in our communities. They may be firefighters, they may be police officers, they may be construction workers. But whoever they are, they make an incredible contribution to our community. And this week, and tomorrow especially, we get to celebrate them. I wanted to share with you that our theme for International Women's Day and International Women's Week this year, as chosen by the Government of Canada. It's called Strong Women, Strong Canada. It's celebrating women in small communities. And we wanted to recognize that women that live in rural and remote and northern communities especially, that almost encompasses all of Canada, have incredibly unique challenges, but have an incredible contribution to make to this country. As you know, women that work in, whether they volunteer or work on the front lines in small town communities across Canada, truly are the lifeblood of many of our volunteer and many of our service-based organizations. So I'm so glad to be here in Canada tonight. While you're in an urban setting, you have many links to many of the surrounding communities that have rich rural heritages. And this region is very much reflective of so many other places and regions across this country. It reminds us that Canada is truly a vast country geographically, covering almost 10 million square kilometers, but where 1 in 5 Canadians actually live outside of a big city. So I hope this year's theme will inspire Canadians to learn about the unique lives of more than 3 million Canadian women who live in over 5,000 small towns across this country. As you know, women are an essential part of our communities, working on the front lines and supporting our economy. Well, I am really pleased to hear tonight that you're going to hear from representatives of two very important sectors, role models in this community, from the fire services sector and also the construction sector. They are great examples of women taking the lead in areas that are not traditionally occupied by women. We all know that if we encourage women to make a difference in non-traditional fields, it not only increases their economic opportunities, but it also inspires young women and girls to consider new opportunities. You are truly great role models. And where are the young women? I know we have a lot of high school girls. There's the table. Say hi. The City of Ottawa truly should be congratulated for recognizing the importance of encouraging women and girls to consider careers in non-traditional fields. Again, it shows great leadership. And I want to also tip my hat to Fire Chief DeHooge. I had a chance to chat with him. I was reading about this great program that you have here in Ottawa. It's called It's summer firefighting training for young women. I think it's called Camp Fit. Is that correct? It's a great example of getting young women involved in non-traditional areas. This program represents a unique opportunity to give young women a taste of what it's like to be a firefighter. And we know that when young women take on leadership roles, they can make a difference in their communities, and they then become mentors and role models to all of us. We also want to see more young women enter into politics. So we've partnered with the Federation of Canadian Municipalities on a project called Protégé, and I would encourage the mayor to look into it. It's just started up. We launched it about a week and a half ago, and it's helping young women become more involved in municipal politics. So watch out, mayor. But when we celebrate women, we create role models for girls. It's clear that in order to build a brighter future, we must ensure girls are supported to reach their full potential. So girls, no pressure at the back of the room there. And I wanted to tell the girls especially about a great day that's coming up. October 11th, 2012 is going to be the first International Day of the Girl. And this came about because we introduced a resolution in the United Nations this year to celebrate and create the International Day of the Girl to promote girls' rights around the world. And Canada introduced the motion, and it passed in December. So this October 11th, 2012, it will be the first day that we celebrate International Day of the Girl. So we will have celebrations in schools all across the country, and I encourage the girls to get involved. It's called Because I'm a Girl campaign, and part of it is to make sure that girls at a very young age understand what their rights are, so they can also represent those and teach other girls around the world about what their rights are. And you know, of course, and the girls will know this well, that if girls do know what their rights are, they're more likely to exercise them. And I always say, when did I first have my conversation about human rights? It was probably in university. But all over the world, there are girls that don't know what their human rights are. And this program is going to link girls from countries like Canada to countries like Afghanistan, who is going to be celebrating this particular holiday in October. So I encourage you to get involved and make sure that you make those connections with girls in other countries. We all have to play a part in making sure that girls have a solid foundation and that the women that do exceptional things in our community are recognized. So thank you so much for coming out tonight. Thank you to Councillor Hubley for being a great role model in the community and celebrating not only International Women's Week, but International Women's Day. And thank you to the mayor for being a great leader and being here as well. Thank you to all of you for taking the time to celebrate. Thank you for having me, and thank you for the band. I've never had a band at an event I've been to before. This is just wonderful. This is a great event, and I really wish you all the best, and look forward to coming back in another year. Thanks so much.